Before the video starts, I must inform you, I started recording a few minutes after they entered the stage, so there are some parts that are left out. Like the time that Joel pointed out my mask, it was amazing.
There's something about the theatricality that we have on stage and how big we have to be that really translates to the microphone, because you really have to connect. For you to feel what we want you to feel, you really do have to connect past the microphone. That's what I think. And so I think there was something about stage that helped me not be afraid to be big. But I think the biggest adjustment is that in the booth, you don't get to do it again the next day like you do on stage. So on stage, you can make a choice and be like, oh God, that didn't work, but I'll try it again tomorrow, or I'll try it again on the 8th show of the week. But this one, you just have to go in the booth and just make crazy choices and just go and not overthink, which actually has helped me on stage. It makes me make bolder choices on stage without overthinking, because I'm like, you might as well try it at 150%, and if it doesn't work out, you'll make a different choice later.
Since 2012, what were they breaking all the labor laws? I can't.
Oh my God, thank you.
Well, I mean, I'm an old man over here, so it's like,
you're a child actor.
Yeah, I was a child actor in 2013.
Yvonne.
I was not.
I feel like the thing that maybe I need to get better at this is that because voice acting, you really just have to do that one time. There isn't the same level of taking care of your voice, because you have to think about how am I going to do this 8 times a week, which is what you have to be considerate of when you're performing on stage. Is how reproducible is this performance and how realistic is it? So when you're in the booth, you can just kind of go at 110, which I feel like you have to pace yourself a bit more in theater. But then that also means that often after VO sessions, I'm just totally spent. I'm just this probably isn't how you should be doing this, but it's how I'm currently doing it.
it's working.
And it's working so far.
It's working so good.
And how do you balance taking care of yourself vocally and taking care of your mental health at the same time? What's your secret?
It's a challenge. It's a real challenge, but I always find a way.
You do.
I always find a way to do that.
You always do. I think one of the things that was surprising to me about the voiceover stuff was how isolating it is. Because Broadway is such a community-based experience, and you create new families. And with Has Been, I felt like just one tiny little isolated cog in the wheel. And what has been so joyous about all of you is that you have allowed us to come here and travel around the country and around the world for conventions, and now it feels like we're a great big family. And it's through all of you and through this experience, which we didn't get actually in the show. So thank you.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
I love you. I mean, so much of theater is we just hang out all the time, because you're cast. You spend rehearsing together, and then you're in the run of the show together. You see each other every day, and you sort of create these really intense connections and families. It really feels like you create this really intense family connection with your coworkers, which I kind of miss. That isn't part of voice acting, because it is so isolated, and we're not recording together. We don't get to see each other all the time. We're not sort of aware of what everyone else is doing, because we also just get the episodes that we're in. So if I'm not in an episode, I don't know what's going on with other characters. I don't really know what's going on with the rest of the story. So when we get to finally watch the episodes, I'm like, whoa, Liz Calloway is in this? I was like, that's incredible. So that's something that's a big difference between voice acting and theater acting, which you don't get to have that same sense of family and community. So doing
You also don't get sick of each other either.
You don't.
Which is delightful.
Yeah, that is nice.
That's on a case-by-case basis.
Case by case. Yeah, that is case by case.
I don't want to make a broad brush right there. So let's talk individually about your characters a little bit. Christina, Vox is very charismatic and all about control. So how do you anchor?
Wait, I'm Cherry Bomb.
I'm sorry, Christian. I'm sorry.
I'm like, a Vox?
I am so sorry.
Imagine
We're
we
very close.
revealed just right now that Christina is actually the voice of Vox.
But I actually want to hear her talk about it.
So when I had it down, I'm like, I want to make sure
Vox
the ladies
bomb?
Yeah,
actually.
Vox bomb.
So, Christian, sorry.
Jerry Ox.
Let's go cherry bomb. Hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a cherry bomb?
I do.
Question?
So now, Cherry Bomb's pure momentum. So she's all about, swagger and walking through. So how do you anchor her? When you think of Vox, how do you prepare yourself to get into? I'm sorry, not Vox.
Sorry. I'm so confused at this point. Who am I?
I'm going.
You're Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb. How do you get into the mindset of Cherry Bomb?
Yeah. What I love about Cherry Bomb is that she doesn't stop. She just goes and she doesn't think about what other people think about her, which is the thing that I connected to the most about her. Is like, we all feel that feeling where we're like, I don't know if I should do this, or I don't know if I should say this, because like, what if, and she just does it. Now, does that sometimes bite her in the ass? Yes. But I think we can see in season 2, she's starting to like slow down a little, think about what she's doing before she does it, and we're getting to see this vulnerable side for her. But for me, before I go in the booth, I mean, I am exhausted after a session of being Cherry Bomb, because it's just 150% for however many hours screaming in an Australian accent. And it also like, I leave exhausted but so fulfilled with what I get to do, because she really is just, she is the definition of bombastic. She really is. And so my prep is before, I have like a playlist that I listen to, and I walk down the streets of New York and I'm like, and I like feel it, and then I listen to like punk music right before I go in, so that I can like feel ragey.
When you auditioned for Cherry Bomb, did you think about the whole part of like, can I do this voice for as long as I can?
Yeah.
Did you keep that in mind? Because I've heard of stories where people go in and they, whoa, yeah, and they go, you've got the job. I'm like, oh no, I've got to do this every day for.
Yeah.
So how do you temper her so you don't blow out your voice?
Well, I think one of the things that is good about being a singer is that I can tell if I'm really doing something that is going to hurt me. And I'm not even really willing to do that for very long, even for an audition. So even though she's gravelier, I knew that I could do it for a certain amount of time. So honestly, Viv and Richard are so good about giving me breaks, especially if I'm going through a lot of intense Cherry Bomb stuff. They'll be like, okay, let's take a 5-minute break here, or do you need water? Or we can do these efforts next time so that I don't blow my voice out, which is great, because when it's a long session, it can get very, very taxing on the voice. But I also have to warm up, like when I sing.
And where did you find Cherry Bomb in you? Like, where did the voice come from?
I mean, it's different for all of us. Like, I just feel like I saw her little picture, and I just heard her. Like, the minute I saw it, I was like, I know exactly what she sounds like. And if you listen to my audition, it's exactly what you hear in the show. Like, I just feel like it made so much sense to me, the way she looked and her description, and I was like, I got it. And it said Australian accent, which me and him had fucked around with for so many years, just being dumb. And I was like,
Summer High Tide.
Yeah.
Shout out Summer High Tide. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's
Yeah.
so good.
But yeah, so it just kind of came to me.
And that Australian accent, that was something that you would hone a little bit, or have you actually try to get it a little more authentic now that you have the part?
Yeah, no, I had worked on that accent for many years, and we have a lot of our animators are Australian, so they're in the booth with me sometimes. They're making sure that I'm on. Sky, shout out to Sky, because she's always with me. And anytime she's at my session, I'm like, Sky, can you please log on? And in Australia, it's such a different time zone. So sometimes Sky
Yeah.
is on the Zoom, and
Right,
it's like
Van?
3 in the morning, and
Sorry,
she's like,
Twy
"Morning."
Van?
I'm like, thank you.
Crikey, you're making me up real early.
Ship on the bar,
So,
mate.
Joel, this one's easier. My dyslexia kicked in when it was Christian and Christine.
I feel ya.
Very charming.
No, I actually voice Vox. I'm so sorry.
Oh, come on, man. Really?
When I recorded Brighter, it was such a challenge.
You are bad.
You're bad.
Bad with us.
You're bad.
Valentino.
Singing.
So Valentino, he's both charming and awful. How do you make him? You're not that awful, but you're awful. You're not that awful.
I think he's pretty awful.
That's what I love about Portland. Loose standards. She's like, not that awful. He's fixable. I can fix him.
I can fix him. No, you can't.
We all try, mate.
You never can. You never can. Yeah.
So how do you balance it from, not making it too cartoony, villainy? Because it's obviously cartoony.
Yeah.
But how do you make it so it's not so stereotypical,
I mean,
mustache twirl kind of thing?
Well, what's interesting about voice acting is that like your job is to just give the team options. Just like so, I'm sure there are takes of mine as Valentino that are way too much, or like super over the top and some that are not enough. And so it's interesting that as an actor, you kind of like, at least as a voice actor, you kind of release a bit of control in terms of how your performance is going to be crafted when the show releases, because you just give them a ton of options and then it's kind of Viv's choice to see what are the takes that they're going to choose. Whereas when you're performing on stage as an actor, you really are in charge of the storytelling of the night. Like you craft your entire performance from beginning to end, and you're really in charge of that. Whereas in voice acting, you're not. So I'm sure there are versions of Valentino that I've recorded that are way off. But thankfully, our team has great taste, and we help craft the performance. And I always just try to find the honesty of it, even in his most insane, most unhinged choices. Like I don't think villains think that they're villains. They think that they're making the right choices in their minds, that they're the heroes. So that's kind of how I try to play.
Now, as an athlete, are you starting to learn how the refs work? So are you starting to understand your director and what he or she is more likely to pick, so you can kind of hone your choices versus just spaghetti?
Yeah. I definitely, the first season was because this is my first time doing animation, so there's a lot of like imposter syndrome and a lot of just like, am I doing this right? Like I don't feel like I've never done this before. So whereas season 2, I felt like I was able to come in with a lot more confidence and just like I kind of understood the assignment a bit more. So now we really just have fun. Now I like do what's on the page, and then we usually end up doing a lot of improvising, because now my brain has been rewired as being a part of Has Been. So the things that I now think about that I didn't used to think about is it's tough. I need Jesus. It's just all I'm trying to say. I do need my Lord and Savior.
I was going to say, how does that spill over to your real life now? Because you've been rewired. Do you say things that you would never have said out loud?
It's terrible. It's sometimes like I was like Universal Studios, and someone was saying like with their family was just like, I'm coming, you know, and in my mind I was like, run off camera, and I was like, I can't say that out loud. Don't say that. Don't say that. You're not in a booth right now.
I definitely curse a lot more.
Oh yeah.
In my regular life. I kind of like it.
I got used to it.
Only in panels.
Nothing really phases. I feel like nothing really phases me anymore. I think I used to be a lot more like scandal, like, oh, but my career, like, if I said this, could I, like, whatever. You're playing a moth demon. Like, it's all downhill from here.
You put your pearls away. You don't have to clutch them anymore.
No, they're gone. No more pearls.
Well,
Oh shit,
Christian.
what?
No. Now yours, Christian, you are Vox.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Good. Alistair's not on my list, so I don't know who that is. Now this one, he is more about charisma and control. So how do you anchor him? Is it more of the menace, the insecurity? Why is he the way he is?
Oh. Don't get
Why
me
is
started.
he the way he is?
I don't know.
Honestly.
I was going to ask that for everybody, but I figured you were the one that probably had some more personal issues with this, so I wanted to get that out.
What do you mean? No,
Thanks, Alistair.
He's just a man.
Why do you reject him, Alistair?
They're protected, and you seem like you're more out there, so I thought you could handle it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes, it
No,
is.
I think Vox is not that complicated in terms of he's a wounded little boy who then suddenly got some attention and figured out how to manipulate people, and now he's taking it out on the entire world. Does that sound familiar? So, no, what was great about season 2 was, for me, seeing the dynamic between Vox and Alistair, and seeing the vulnerability of Vox. Well, you know what episode I'm talking about. I don't have to tell you.
I mean, I'm surprised I'm not watching it right now.
No, it was just, a sad kid who wanted to belong and got rejected, and now he's taking his anger out on the entire world.
So
With
it's
the
like,
TV head.
there you go. Well, it's the TV head that really makes the difference.
It's true.
So where did the voice come from? Was there a sad little boy inside you that came out?
Yes, not to get too deep into it. Do you charge by the hour?
No, this is free. We can do this for right now.
Great.
Because we're going to record it,
Consultation.
and then we're going to use it for content.
Great. I was
You were
born
just
at a
content.
very early age in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Weren't we all born at a very early age?
You got it.
I was born 28 years old,
Yes.
fully formed.
You're getting it. No, there was a moment when I first started doing vlogs, like my first time in the booth, and I did not know what to do. And I think there are probably some takes that are so vastly different from what Vox ended up being. But it's so funny when people come to my table and say like, "Oh, you sound like Vox." I guess I'm just using my voice. But I started doing Will Arnett for some reason. It came to me.
Now, the Reese's peanut butter cup with a Will Arnett like this? Or
Or
is it
from Job from
Job, there you go.
from Arrested Development. Kind of a blustery, like full of himself, and that started to, I think, click in with everybody. And so Richard was like, "Yeah, go down that avenue." And Viv seemed happy with that too. So yeah, start there.
So I'll ask all three of you, and you can go in an order you like. What did you bring to your character specifically? Was there something that wasn't there on the page that early on you said, "I'm going to do this," and they said, that's part of your character?
I started like peppering in Spanish in the character, which wasn't really as written. It was just sort of like there was just Valentino's angry, so I started saying shit in Spanish, and then Viv was like, "Ooh, I like that. Let's do more of that." So it was cool to feel like my own culture and background was able to inform the character, because I also feel like Viv knew what Val looked like, but I don't know if they knew exactly like what his vibe was, because I feel like in my read of him was a lot more funny and overly dramatic and very like a little bit of RuPaul and a little bit of Cruella de Vil, and so I saw the humor in it, and I feel like in other, what I've been told is like some other takes that people were having of Val was just like very evil, like he was just evil the whole time. And so it was hard to get on his side, whereas I really responded to how much of a like dramatic bitch he was.
He wasn't basic, he was dramatic.
He's dramatic.
I think for me, I usually do this, but it really proved why I do it. And when I got the audition, I purposely did not watch the pilot because I had never heard of Hazbin Hotel, and I'm so grateful I didn't do that because the pilot actors are amazing. And also, I made a choice that I did not realize how different it was than the pilot Cherry Bomb. Because I heard it for the first time and I was like, oh my God, like if I would have listened to this before I auditioned, I would have probably never voiced her, or I would have been in my head about the choices that I was making because this person came before me and was so great. I'm so grateful I didn't do that because they really did, I just did it, I didn't double think it, and like, it was good because I always pay homage to everybody that comes before me, especially on Broadway. Sometimes we're replacing people on stage and they're all amazing. Every actor that I come across that does what we do, I'm in awe of. And I think what was helpful for me was finding the freedom in that, and I'm very grateful I did not watch the pilot because I think it would have gotten in my head.
Hi. I got nothing.
Got nothing? See, I'll say the opposite. I was glad that I had watched the pilot because I had seen it in 2020, like during the pandemic. So I was happy that I knew that there was what the show's vibe was, so that then when I recorded it, I knew that I could go as insane as I ended up going.
But Val didn't speak,
no one,
right?
yeah, no one ever
There was
voiced
no
Val before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I looked at like pictures of it, so I understood like what it looked like, but I didn't.
Yeah,
want to
thankfully I
listen.
didn't have anyone's performance to compare mine to.
And Vox didn't either, right?
No.
Oh.
No, you just like saw
the.
you just saw the bees.
I see.
We never said anything.
Until now.
Ironic that someone named Vox never spoke.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now he speaks too much.
Thank you. Yes. Agreed. I'm happy to speak
He
less.
sang so many songs last season.
So how good were those songs though, right?
Yeah! Why do you...
I heard it stuck in my head all the time.
That of us, man.
Did someone just boo?
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
Ooh. I thought you said boo. I was like, damn. I they have Alistair ears on, so I was like, that's why.
Like Daddy O. So I have some questions that were pre-submitted by fans. Before that, I have one question for you. Your fandom can be intense in a good way. What has surprised you most about the people you encounter at events like Fan Expo? Because some of them are super shy, and then as soon as they see you, they blossom into something else. Sometimes demons, sometimes angels. What has been the most surprising interaction you've had with some of your fans that connect with your characters?
I mean, I'm constantly in awe of all of you, and I love the bravery. I see some people come up to my booth that are nervous to talk or nervous to have a conversation, and you all always do better than you think you're doing. And I think the reminder we always give, honestly, is that we are all nervous too. When we talk to somebody that we love or that we look up to, a lot of nerves can come in with that. So if you're nervous, it's okay. You can also be like, I'm nervous, and that's okay. And I think I've loved feeling like you all are brave when you come and talk to us. And just remember, we're just like really nice people, most of us. Oh God. Oh, I forgot. I forgot I'm doing all the fan expos with the V's. It's the V's and Cherry Bomb.
Yeah, we're looking to workshop a name for that quartet.
I know. Somebody needs to think of this and tag us.
V-bombs?
Because it's the V's and Cherry Bomb all year.
I was also thinking something like IV because that's 4 in Roman numerals, but I don't know what the I would be.
Yeah.
It's not cherry
Oh,
related.
I have one eye.
Wait, IV.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's get it closer. We still need like a little more.
That's good. That's good. We'll get a focus group together.
Yeah, we're good. You guys think about it. Tag us.
All right. So I do have some questions from online that were pre-submitted.
Yeah.
And so, and if you're here, you can just wave and say, "Woo!" Is Kendall from Beaverton?
Kendall from
Nope.
Beaverton.
All right. So,
Okay.
what's the most surreal moment you've had while working on a show about hell?
Oh my God, guys, my dad is a Pentecostal minister. Can you believe it? So, I've been wanting to do animation since forever. And so, like, when I booked this job, my parents were like, "Ay, por fin te dieron, like, you finally got a cartoon. What is it about?"
Have they watched?
No! Absolutely not.
You didn't show them like a scene?
They know that I'm in a show called Hazbin Hotel. Have they watched it? Absolutely not.
They never will.
No, that's blasphemy.
There's gotta be one safe scene. There's nothing you say is
I
nothing
say
you say
there's
is right.
nothing that Valentino
There's
does
nothing.
that's even remotely. So guys, it gets better. Okay?
What about the time you speak Spanish?
So, anyone else want to answer that, or I can move on to another one? You can. Okay, thank you. So this one is pen, as in ink pen. Pen from Vancouver. Now this is kind of leads. The reason I picked this one, it kind of leads into what you just said. What is the most normal conversation you've had that felt weird because of your character's context? So you had a normal conversation, but because of what it's actually talking about, is there anything that would make you a little
In
weird?
character, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this
would,
one's
I would
breaking
imagine
right.
so. From your character's context.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you use it in a sentence? Wait.
This is why
It's on the
when I
fridge.
saw the name Pen, I'm like, this has got to be a robot. It's AI. We'll switch over to something a little more easier then. How's that? Have you ever had to explain to your family members what your character does for a living? Not what you do for a living.
Oh boy.
When you sat down, when you talked to your
They should be
parents, "Hey, I have a
Dayakusatsu."
cartoon," Did you explain what Valentino does?
Oh, they know that.
And they prayed? And they
Born
blessed?
director in hell.
I
And
do
they
not know that, do they?
They do
But
know
you told
that.
them.
And they were like, "Oh, do you have to take every job?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." You acted like I have the luxury to be like, "No, you know what? I'm not going to take that job." Yeah, right.
Not a trust fund kid.
Oh, they know. Oh, they know what the show is about. And I've been challenging my parents since I moved out of the house.
Christina, have you talked to your parents about how Cherry Bomb is?
Pass. I don't talk to my parents.
That's all right.
I
Aww.
only have one left.
And it's okay.
It's fine.
I'm glad I brought that up. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Sorry.
This one got
Sorry about that.
dead.
Sorry for that.
That's what I mean. Mine's dead too. So yeah.
My dad's dead.
Dead.
Of course, my follow-up question can be very awful.
No.
I want to hear it.
It's about hell.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
I don't know your parents.
Are you watching?
If they are in hell, what kind of demon would they be?
Oh, one would have a French accent,
Ooh la la.
and the other one would still be nagging me. That's right. That's true. Yeah.
All right. Wow, they really set me up for success here.
Yes, we did.
What's the most hellish thing that's happened to you in real life since joining the show? Tony from the Pearl District.
These questions.
Hellish.
Oh my God, we're
So,
really good.
I'm suddenly missing, like, if there's a
Yeah,
TV
my
dinner your
God.
character wouldn't like,
Yes,
what is
exactly. Can we please have the what kitchen
These are the ones
utensil
that
is
were
your
vetted.
character?
These are the ones that were vetted.
What's the most hellish thing?
So has anything bad happened to you since you started the show? Because I guess they think that because you're talking about hell, your real life is going to be affected.
I will
Besides
pass.
this panel,
Besides this,
besides this panel, has anything hellish going on in your
but that's
life?
not a reflection on you, you understand.
That's okay if it is. I'll take full credit.
I mean, some of the travel to these conventions can be hell. I've got to say. That was bad. That was bad.
Man,
Bad.
I'm going for a real easy one. This is a slam dunk.
Yeah.
So from Willow from Tigard or Teagard? I said it right the first time. Tigard sounds like she's from Asgard. Ooh. So what's the most fun? See, that's a good way to start.
Yep.
You have recording a particular song or scene. What's been your favorite song or scene to do?
At the end of Brighter, spoiler alert, the TV falls on Vox's head, on Vincent's head, sorry. And I had to do that scream at the end, I think upwards of about 20 times. And that was a really, really fun afternoon of just screaming my head off. Because this show can be very cathartic, because I don't scream a lot in real life, and I don't swear a lot in real life. So you go into that booth, and then all of a sudden you just let the whole thing unleash. And then they're like, okay, you scream 20 times.
To let the dogs out.
Delightful.
Yeah, that's always good when you can just raid. I mean, people pay therapists for that.
Yeah.
And you got paid to do that.
I did.
It's like people who go to those like rec rooms where you can like destroy stuff. Sometimes it feels like
yeah.
you get to be very like these characters. Actually, all three of our characters are like very id. They're like pure id. And just like they give into every desire, you know. Which we're in our normal lives, we're constantly like censoring ourselves, or like there's sort of rules of society, and you can't say that out loud, you know. So it's interesting to have a space where you can say all these horrible things. Then I usually like go on my way home. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. I don't know.
Is that our convention name? The IDS?
The
It is.
I don't know.
Oh, we're gonna.
Big nothing.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
You
How
ever
about
feel
the
you
F-bombs?
call your dad and like,
Oh my god, all the time.
just like, Dad, this is what I had to say today. I'm sorry. What can I do?
None of the like, we'll pray for you. I'm like, okay, go ahead.
So what was your favorite scene or song that you've done?
Ooh, I loved singing. I got to sing so much more in season 2, which is really fun. I love that Val had his little like Disney princess moment.
Love that part. It's so funny.
And also just the way he's costumed during that too. With like slouchy, it's just like in boudoir. It's so fun. Like, he's such a bitch. He's like, I mean, which is interesting at conventions too, because I think people sometimes come at me with very like Val energy, and like that's not my default. So I'm not, you know, yes, queen, come on, mama. And people give that to me, so it's kind of fun to be like,
Remember
I'm
this
glad that I
face.
can be that for you. You know, that I can allow you to express yourself in that way.
Yeah, same. I liked that I got to sing in season 2. That was one of my favorite moments in the booth because I hadn't sung
this
it.
was so good.
Yeah. It was just cool to find her voice, and anytime we record our songs with Sam and Andrew, like they let us try things, and like the end of Piss used to be an octave higher, so it used to be it was like really a big ending, and then we were doing it, and me and Sam were like, what if we like make it really quiet? Like that would totally change it. I was like, Viv, I don't know if that's the emotion you'll want for the end of the song, but let's just try it. And so we did the beating the piss out of you, made it really quiet. And they went with that, and it was so effective, I thought. But it was funny, it was really
You recorded both versions?
Recorded both versions. So the bigger version exists somewhere. They've got to release some of the unreleased files at some point.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yes, please.
I love the collaboration we have all the time, and it always feels like a collaboration. It never feels like we get there and we're like, do it like this. It's just such a great experience recording for the show, and singing was so fun.
Well, I'm going to ask one personal question each, and don't worry, they're not too personal. Like Christian, you've played a lot.
They're dead.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, well, if you could have one of them back. No.
I'm sorry, man. I want Sean Connery back.
That was very good.
I'm just noticing your shoes. Thank you very much.
That was good.
So you played a lot of iconic parts on stage. What parts scare you in a good way? So if someone were to offer you a part, what kind of parts scare you that you're like, I don't know if I can do this, but that's why I want to do
it? Willy Wonka was very much that for me.
Say what?
You can't beat Gene Wilder. And indeed, we didn't. And so that we tried, there were so many things that I did that were overthought in that regard, just to try to make things different. Like there was an iconic moment in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory where Gene Wilder comes out of the factory for the first time and he's limping, and then he does a forward roll, and the whole idea behind it was that he said famously that if once you do that, you never know if Willy Wonka is telling the truth. And I thought about, am I going to do a forward roll 8 times a week? And I thought, probably not. So I thought it would be interesting if I came to that moment in the show and it went to fall and just fell flat on my face. And so what's better, the forward roll or falling flat on your face? And the answer is the forward roll.
Do a barrel roll.
And so we took some big swings and failed. No. There's a lot of that show that was wonderful. I don't mean to throw the whole show under the bus, but it was that was a very scary experience trying to come up with something original for Willy Wonka.
Falling on your face makes it look like an accident, where a roll makes it look like he's, it's okay.
I'm just hearing that.
That's all right. I knew that you had never heard that before, so, and a sidebar, are the Oompa Loompas really that bad?
No comment.
Okay.
Oh, well said.
Four
Well said.
people in the ensemble. The Oompa Loompas were these amazing puppets that were like 25 pounds. So the ensemble had to spend the entire second act on their knees in knee pads with this 25-pound puppet hanging around, because it was their real heads and then these puppet bodies, and they were understandably miserable.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now, Joel, you also write and create. So how does being a writer change how you get direction as an actor?
Oh, that's interesting. I feel like I try always to honor what the writer has put on the page, because it's usually from many, many hours and weeks and years of, there's a reason why they chose all those words and strung them together in that way. So I always try to at least give 1 or 2 options that are like, what is as written. I feel like sometimes actors can be, because we all have great ideas, we come in with great ideas and we're sort of like, oh, I know how to fix it, I know how to do it better. And so I always try, but that can sometimes, at least for me, feel a bit disrespectful to like the work that all these people have done to make this thing happen. So I'm always like, at least, even if you don't agree with it, even if you think you could make it better, just do it as written, do it as they asked, do it as they said, and then be like, hey, can I try something? And if they say no, then don't do it. Like, that's not your job. In that moment, you're an actor. You're supposed to be there and interpret their text, whether you think it's good or bad. That's not for you to decide. And I actually think, like, I feel like I've done a lot of my career has been like making like mediocre material like pretty good. Because that's like a lot of your job is to just, maybe some things don't make sense, but you have to find a way to like make it make sense for you as an actor and not just like blame it all on the writer. So I feel like each thing informs the other, and now I feel like as a person who now like writes and directs more, it's nice to be like, I understand that there's so many moving parts, and as an actor, we're just like one small part of that. So just trying to make sure you're all having the same like creative vision is what's the most important.
Christina, I'm going to have you toss your humility aside, because I want to know what part of your skill set do you think people still underestimate, that you are really good at, but people just, whether for whatever reason, underestimate, and then you just wow them?
What an interesting question. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. I mean,
That's why I'm saying throw away your humility, because you're like, oh, I'm pretty good. Is there something
that's what I mean.
Is there something you'd love to do that that no one's ever asked you to do that you?
I mean, sure, plenty of things, you know. I feel like it's the thing about being an actor is it's such a long game, right? And honestly, the things that I don't do, like I don't really dance, so like I'm not gonna be doing that really. But I don't
Carmela's
know.
Miller.
Yeah, but there's always stuff that I don't think it's about people underestimating any of us, though. It's just about being in the right room with the right project with the right people that see you. As an actor, it's so easy to be like, well, I can do that. Like, they just don't see it. But it's really like, if I've learned anything, the minute that you walk in and you're it just clicks. So in that way, yeah, I guess that's my answer.
So this will be the last question. So then your community service will be over. So when all these folks leave the panel today, what is the one thing you hope they understand better about your character and how you do your character, your craft? So what is the one thing you'd love them to take away from today? Besides the fact that your parents are dead.
I was thinking about, we did a panel yesterday and I was reticent to sing because I've said I feel nervous to sing as myself or to perform, and I talked about the ritual of like walking through the stage door and getting myself ready, and that there's a contract that I'm so happy to enter into, which is that the audience shows up at a specific time and we show up at a specific time and get ourselves ready to do the thing. And I started to think about it a lot in terms of cosplay, like the strength and the power that you feel when you're cosplaying is a lot of like, right now I feel just like myself, but when you walk into the stage door and you get yourself ready, you're putting on your armor in a way. And you know how it feels when you put on and you feel great walking out the door and you've worked on it for hours and you're ready to show it off to everybody and you feel different, you know what I mean? And that's what it feels like. The difference between just being ourselves and just saying hi and being here and then doing what we do. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, yesterday at our other panel, me and Christian both got sweaty palms because someone was like, "Can you sing a line?" And we were like, and we really couldn't do it. And so we were talking about being nervous. That's exactly it. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that you see us as us. You guys see us all the time because I think it's really fun that we've created this community that surpasses even being in this room together. We connect on social media. We connect with the show. You connect with each other. And so just come say hi and just know that we love you guys and we are so grateful for the whole fandom of this show. You guys have changed. I mean, you really have changed my life, our lives, really. So thank you guys.
Happy to
It's
tribute.
really amazing.
Yeah, and I hope you feel the love that we have for playing these characters and for being a part of this world. It feels very, I feel like I won the lottery being a part of such an incredible show that I would have been a huge fan of. Even if I wasn't in it, I would have been obsessed with it. And like, if a show like this existed when I was younger as like a little gay pastor's son, I would have been 1000% secretly watching this all the time and not telling my friends because they were other church kids. So, but then eventually I would have gotten out and been like, I love that demon show. So just know that like we love being a part of it. We love sharing it. We love that it's so good. It's so rare to like be in something that's good. Sometimes as an actor, you don't get to control that. You never know how a project is going to be received. You never know how it's going to edit together. You don't know how. All you can control is your performance. So when it's all these, so many things have to come together for a show like Has Been Hotel to exist, and for it to exist at this level and to be so beautifully done and executed is such a rare gift. So I don't take it for granted.
We want to thank you for the gift of your presence today. So on behalf of Portland, we're super excited to have you here. So again, Christian Borle. Borle.
Yeah.
Borle.
Yeah.
Borle.
It's like Burl to Boral.
Borle.
Borle.
Joel Perez.
Thank you.
And of course, the lovely Christina. I want to say it right. Alabado.
Yes.
Thank you for
Please
being
give it
such
up.
a sport.
Yeah! Yeah! Get him! And
Yeah, it looks like we can just wander around for a bit.
hey, wait. Where's he going? Oh.